Hello, guys. Today is the April rewind time. So let's look at what we watched or read in April, right? It's April.
Yes, April, yes. And before you wonder, we had a little oopsie in our schedule because we announced a episode, but we forgot that we had a recap episode
Because
because our schedule was messed up
yeah.
because of a filler episode.
Mm, and I hadn't on my mind that Wednesday would be the first.
Yes. So because of that, now it's recap time.
Yes. But
How
first,
is? Oh, sorry.
what do you want to say?
I wanted to ask you about how you find the anime season, but I let you talk. It's your part.
Um, yeah. Onto your question. This anime season is,
You wanted to tell something else,
and
I think.
I will tell it after that.
Okay, okay. The
um,
story.
so this anime season is absolutely meh. It has only two or three good shows that I'm watching and really enjoy. Those other shows that I'm watching are, okay, yeah. But let's start with something else about our work today, because I was at work and a coworker came to me and said, "Come out, there's someone waiting there." And then I went out of the supermarket, and in front of the supermarket went stand a guy with a Dark Vader suit.
Maybe Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah. And
Some delayed carnival shenanigans,
yes, but our cinema, which is um, gegenüber,
which is the neighbor of our supermarket,
yes, we're
on
promoting
the
the new.
opposite side.
Yes, we're promoting the Star Wars movie. So one of the employees dressed up as Darth Vader, and I was laughing so hard of it.
I see.
It was so funny to see someone as Darth Vader straight out of nowhere standing there.
Definitely unexpected.
Yeah. Okay, that's about the story time of today. Let's get started into the episode. Um, let's go with the degenerate ones first. And I have two of those in this season.
There are quite a few this season.
Yeah, I'm watching two of them only. Um, let's start off with Yonder the Dark Elf, which is basically degenerate elf wants to fuck all the time.
It's a reverse isekai.
Yeah, yeah, what can I say more? It's degenerate. The Dark Elf just wants to fuck all the time. It's absolutely not a good show.
Who could
Yeah.
have thought about it with this title?
Okay, then let's go on to the next one, which is
I also read the first volume of a manga, but it was meh. Let's say
yeah.
it like that.
The anime is like this. Okay, but then let's go on to the next one, which is Please Put Them On Takamine-san. And
Yes, I kind of recommended it to you,
yeah, and this one is too trash too. Let's be real.
but it's at least funny
Yeah,
because it's dumb as fuck.
it's really dumb. Like, bro, what the fuck did the author smoke when he wrote this manga? It's basically a guy um who sees her school president changing in the sport hall in the where the stuff is.
Changing room.
Yeah, not the changing room
Oh, I know you mean. Whether
where the sports stuff is located.
yes, Yes, the balls, everything, the barricades when you are running, when you are climbing, ropes, whatever
Yes,
else is used.
he's changing there, but nothing happens at this time. But later on, this girl wrote like 18 out of 20 points in the test, but then
Unacceptable.
then she puts out her panties, and somehow time rewinds, and she now has 20 out of 20 points. But this guy remembered that she had 18 beforehand. So he was questioning her, and then she said, "You're going to be my closet now because every time I untie or undo my gloves, I can rewind
Panty
time."
specifically.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like Subaru.
And
It's return my panties.
okay, that's funny. Yeah, but let's be honest, it's absolutely bad. Like, story
Yes.
is zero, plot is zero. It's just Booba's panties. Nothing more than that.
And teasing. Bro gets teased.
Yeah. Um, okay, that's about the degenerate ones. I wanted to put them quickly off the list.
I
Uh,
thought you wanted to start with the best cover.
let's get on to I have killed slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, which is the season 2 of the Chili Isekai, where the MC is OP but just wants to chill and wants to have a quiet life. It's very nice to watch because you can feel some satisfaction watching it when you want some change from your work. It's just chill. You can
It's
relax.
relatable.
Yeah. Um, next up is a romance anime. It's Ahaden-san wa Hakarenai, which means Ahaden is indecipherable because
I
this
thought for a moment we were watching the trashiest romance that is out there. Maybe you're going to mention it. Maybe. Who knows?
it's a chili isekai where the main character Ahaden-san speaks
Oh,
in
you mean romance. You said
yes
isekai again.
oh yeah, okay, romance, where the MC Ahaden-san talks in 10 decibel, so you can't understand her. But yeah, over the time the other main character falls in love with her and they become a couple, and in season 2 they become to grow closer as a couple, basically. It's very nice to watch. It's like a good 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. Yes.
Nice.
Mhm. So let's get on to the better ones, to the three that I mentioned before. And first up, I have Windbreaker Season 2.
A previous recommendation of mine.
Yes. And yeah, it's really good so far. I like the fight with the Kiel gang.
It
It
was a
looked,
solid one.
mm, because it was, yeah, someone's whole life were on stake basically because he was in the gang and he was beaten up and was crying and stuff. He
Wanted to
couldn't
get out of
flee.
the gang but
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah. It was a very good arc, a short one, but I think Windbreaker has some smaller arcs as a whole, I think. Right?
Yes, but the next arc is a bit longer.
Okay, I see.
Was the scene already animated where our main character was ill and he got visit from his friends and from the
Um,
wife?
maybe it was in the episode from yesterday, but I didn't watch it. I have to watch
I
it
see.
today.
This was a really cool and cute moment in the manga. So definitely a recommendation. Because I saw some images from the scene, but I don't know if it was preview for next week or if it wasn't this week.
It could be yesterday, but I
I
don't
see.
know. Yep, that's the first one of the three. Then let's go down to the second one, which is Apothecary Diaries, which is just a continuation of the previous part. I mean,
Yes, be careful with spoilers,
yeah,
because
Apo-
the anime is more further than me.
Apothe-
Ah, yeah.
Apothecary Diaries is always just two parts, I think.
Too course, yes.
Yeah. Um, yeah, but it's still nice. It's a very good show, actually, and yeah, I like it. Um, and then let's get to the biggest fish there. Let's be real, Fire Force is the most hyped one of this season. I mean, there are not really any dangers for Fire Force in this season. Let's be real there. And yes, Schindler versus Burns is a really, really wild fight with Joker. Schindler
Yes,
and
this
Joker.
is cool fight.
Mm.
I also kind of like Burns in this fight, his character,
Yes. Today is the
because
newest episode. I have
also
to watch it, so you can go ahead.
I like Burns' character in this episode because he is not evil, but he's fighting on the evil side
Yeah, he fights for his
because of
beliefs.
for his faith. That's
Yeah,
kind of cool. He
yes.
knows that what he's doing is kind of right, but he has to do it because of
You
his
mean
faith
wrong.
in.
You mean wrong.
Yes, I misspoke. Yes. He knows that it's wrong what he's doing, but he does it because of his faith.
Mm.
That's a fitting motivation for a series where religious topics are kind of important.
Yes, yes. It's the religion basically is the god Sol is very important because Sol means sun in Italian, I think. S-
Yes.
So Fire Force is definitely really good. And yes, it's definitely the best one of this season. Let's be honest. There.
There's some other peak anime in this series in this season.
My Hero Vigilantes.
No, it's the child of the also pronounced Shuni family.
Shunji family, and
Yes.
bro, the fuck did the girlfriend offer to?
Did you read the synopsis?
Yes,
Why is this a trend nowadays in anime?
I don't know, and it should be stopped.
Riot.
It should definitely be stopped. We don't want to get some incest anime. We don't like it.
Yes. Plus, I think it's also animated by the Oshinoko studio, right?
Yes.
They had Oshinoko.
What a
They have
parallel.
Ayla with a Brocon sister, and now this. I see a pattern. It's
Bro,
sus.
bro, the studio is very sus.
Sausage.
Um, yep. So those were those seven that I'm watching in this season, and yeah, my part is definitely shorter for
Did
this
One Piece
month.
not also return this month, or was it last month?
One Piece did return this month, which with
Aha.
an iconic line from Luffy when he fought Kizaru. You know what I mean?
Was it with Pirate King? I haven't watched the newest
No,
episode.
that he got 100 times stronger now.
Yes, I remembered it from the manga.
Yes, and you remember that when on Sabaody Archipelago, how's the wife's name of Rayleigh? Sh
Not
um,
she. I know who you mean.
Yes. And she
The
said,
woman who had the bar.
yes. And she said to Luffy, he's 100 times stronger than you guys. So he remembered this and he stroked it now into his face when he kicked him. It
Yes,
was
Oda
so,
does this sometimes with
it,
parallels. It's kind of cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
It's the same with Gear 5 and Luffy's mental breakdown after Marineford, where he said, I'm so weak and this is my peak.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a rare credit from those two panels where they are mirrored.
Hmm. Oda is the GOAT, let's be honest. Bro can pull
Nah.
everything. No, but we are not talking about One Piece, so um, yo, that was
I mean,
7.
next month there will be the hype episodes with Gear 5 versus Kizaru.
Mm. And
So maybe then we will talk
Gorosei.
about it. Yes.
I don't want to talk about next season now because I have to talk a lot next season. Like I
You
have,
mean you mean next month. Next season is a bit further away.
yeah, but next season will be pretty much stacked for me. Let me count: one,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 anime that I'm watching in
I
the
mean, all of those are also stuff that I read, so
next season is so stacked, and I don't want to talk that much next season.
we can make a preview episode about it if you want, where I, a manga reader, can tell you why you should watch certain episodes, certain animes, not episodes.
Yes, if you want to know, let us know.
Yes, in 1 or 2 months, then we can do that.
Mhm. So, then can we go on to the recommendations?
Yes, I recommended you one of my favorites, Eminence and Shadow.
Hmm.
How do you like it?
Um, season 1 was very, very good, and I really enjoyed it. Um, I had some parts where mesh, but yes, overall I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was definitely funny sometimes. It was very action. It has a lot of action stuff.
Animes also had a good production, which surprised me.
Hmm. Especially I Am Atomic was very, very satisfying. It gave me
It's one of the
goosebumps.
coolest anime attacks.
Hmm. Bro put a nuke out of himself. Like, what the fuck?
And the ASMR voice line was Chef's Kiss.
Yes. Um, but season 2 was a little downfall for me. I liked the first arc in the Lawless City where they fought the Vampire Queen. It was
It's a
cool.
Bloodborne arc.
Yes. But then I didn't like the John Smith arc that much, in my opinion.
Celtic. It's the best arc. It's so funny. But the problem is, it's kind of rushed in the anime because
Yeah,
they wanted to get to the movie.
and I
Because
only
the arc that they want to adapt in the movie is kind of, how should I say it? It's not self. It's not connected to that much, so you can make a good movie out of it. It's in itself enclosed.
okay.
That's a good wording.
Yeah, and you could feel that it's a little rushed, so yeah, I rated season 2 a 7.5 out of 10.
In the anime side, I would also say that season one is better.
Hmm.
Because what I like in season one, what you can also see in the anime, is that the author has worked with the staff. Because I also think the world building is pretty good in season two, with all the inventions from Sid, with Mitsugoshi, the company, how they are changing the world. It's very good portrayed.
Mm.
And in the second season, with John Smith arc, this was a very important thing in this arc. But you see kind of nothing.
Yeah.
In the manga, there's a bit more, like how the economy is influxed, how everything breaks down, kinda, how people are getting a bit riled up,
Mm. It was
and how.
it was
Oh,
very
sorry, go
short.
on.
You go on.
Yes. I would have liked to be this arc like either 5 or 6 episodes. Would
Mm.
have definitely hit more.
Yes, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
It's still one of the best funny isekais.
Mm.
But the
So
light novel is better.
okay.
Because the light novel has the advantage point that you can hear a lot of Shadow's thoughts or Sid's thoughts, even more than the manga, which is really funny. Because you know how the guy thinks. Then should I give you my next recommendation?
Yes.
It's another funny show. It's a Chinese anime. It's the daily life of the immortal king.
Oh, I have heard about it.
It's a bit like One Punch Man or Misfit of Demon King Academy. And you can say a bit of Eminence in Shadow as well. We have overpowered guy going to school and power fantasy and beaming around.
Mm.
And the show's a bit like 100 Girlfriends. There are currently 4 seasons, and the show gets way funnier with the time goes on. And it's getting way memeier. There are also a lot of wall breaking reference we dropped in the later seasons.
Ah, okay.
It, it will be really funny. And it's rare one of the rare moments where I watched actually anime in the last few years. I think 1 or 2 years ago I watched the first 3 seasons when they were out. I need to watch the fourth as well.
Mm.
And I think you will have fun with it.
Okay.
But be careful in the beginning. It's very, how can I say it? It feels unnatural to watch it in the beginning because
Okay.
it's a Chinese anime.
Mm.
So the
Yeah.
voices are different. Let's say it
Yes.
like this.
Is it called Shang Wang?
I think something like that. Yes.
Yes, yes,
I
Chang
only know the
Wang.
English name.
Chang Wang.
Yes.
Okay.
It's another funny show.
So I will give this a watch.
Yes. But
And
4 seasons are a lot, so
mm,
just try to watch as the time fits.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
think that's it for your part.
yes, and on to your part.
Yes. So, on to what I've read this month. I've read some good manga this month. The first series I want to talk about is Gannibal. It's a horror manga about who could have thought with this name. It's about cannibalism. It's a bit like it has the vibes of Resident Evil 7, was it, I think, one of the remakes, where you're going into a village. Our main MC is a cop, and the village people are sausage. Because there's one family who is sus and they like to eat different, let's say it like that. And the series was really suspenseful, and the plot was kind of nice, where we need to uncover the mysteries which are connected to the family, the backstory, why they are doing the things they are, and protecting our own family. Because what I like about the manga is I prepared 2 pictures. You have one manga cover where you see on the front the sus man who likes to eat people, and on the backside of a manga you see the happy family life that needs to be protected. I kind of like that idea that you have something scary at the front, something nice, cozy at the back. Shows a great dualism. I also like really the deuteragonist of this manga because he was the only sane person in his family, in the cannibal family, and tried to protect everyone and be reasonable. He was probably the coolest character in the manga. And as you can see in the picture, the art style is also very fitting. It's a bit like Dore Doro, but it's looking kind of rough and dirty. It fits the atmosphere really well. So, Carnival, definitely a good read. And I bought it because one of our co-workers was reading it. And the last volume came out this month. And the covers look cool. So, that's why I got influenced to buy it. And it was a solid recommendation. So, W manga. The next one is I read Homunculus. This one is a psychedelic horror trip as well. I read a lot of horror this month. The story is about our main character who is not a poor guy but is living on the street right now and getting a offer for an experiment where the medicine student wants to drill a hole in his head for the experiment. And because of the fact that he got drilled this hole in his head, he can see this homunculus of people. Let's call it spirits. A homunculus is a projection of the inner self of a person. For example, if you are a greedy guy, your homunculus is a pile of money. Or if you are a guy who only wants to do the deed, you are a walking penis. And if you are like one of the classic German neighbors, the old people staring at everybody, you are have a lot of eyes on your body, stuff like that. And with that, I want to ask you a question: how would you portray your inner self in imagery? Me, for example, I would be a guy who walks, but my head would be a book where something is written every time because I overthink stuff. But the book
Hmm.
is closed because I'm not good at talking with people. So that's why a book is at least half closed. And it's hard to read in it because when you don't talk with people, people also can't read you.
Hmm.
So how would you portray yourself? I know it's a hard question, but
Yes, it's very hard. Mm, um, something that's quiet but also shines because deep down I'm a lovely person. I am very polite most of the time. If I'm not annoyed or something, then I'm very polite to everyone. I don't talk much. Um, what would be a perfect synopsis for that? I don't know. I really don't know.
well, maybe you can will comment here in the next minutes. I can
Mm.
give you another example to help you from some of our main characters. For example, another main character, which was not main character, but character which our MC analyzed, because the homunculi that he sees also represented some kind of his problems. The first character that he analyzed, for example, was a Yakuza, and the Yakuza had a childhood trauma, but he didn't want to confront the childhood trauma, so his homunculus was a big Gundam. And in his Gundam was the childhood trauma that he's locked away. And another character was just a walking mass of water because he hadn't found his identity. And that's why I like this manga. Identity is a big topic, which is very relevant in our society. Even though the manga is older, it's from the beginning of the 2000s, I think. And another character was stitched together from a lot of symbols and status things. like someone whose whole personality is based upon social media. That's why the series was a really interesting read. But it's also rated R, or rated M, not R, as video games and movies. There were some really disgusting moments, so you should read it with caution, the series. It's at time really gory and hard and psychotic. For example, there's one scene where our MC drills himself a second hole in his head. I've prepared a panel where you can see the aftermath, and he's clearly not a sane person. But still, Homunculus is a good read if you want to learn a lot about finding yourself as a character, society, identity, good stuff. But this won't get an anime because it's too graphic. This would be cancelled instantly or censored too hard. Then the next one I can talk about is a series that also would be something for you, but the anime is utter trash. It's Golden Kamuy.
Ah,
And in this show, CGI struck again. You can look in the pictures that I've prepared you. There's a ugly as fuck CGI here. It looks like trash. Like, who thought this would look good? And Golden Kamuy is got also represented to me by the same coworker who recommended Gannibal to me. So it's also a good manga. So double your taste until now. For me, Golden Kamuy is a bit the same as a Bright Story. It's a manga in historical setting, and it has an ethnological setting. So two of my uni subjects are covered, which is nice. But why would you like the manga? It's a bit like One Piece, because it's a hunt for treasure. The story goes as follows. There was a someone who stole a lot of gold from the local indigenous people, the Ainu, and hid them somewhere.
mm,
But he got
yeah.
sent into prison, and he made a map in this prison while he was tattooing, I don't know the exact number, was it 42 or 38 of the inmates,
Mm,
the map, but only parts of the map. And those inmates got out of the prison while he did not. So we need now to catch all of the inmates to get to the treasure. And so we have a kind of One Piece like adventure where you're going to different towns, seeing different people, interacting with different people. It has those early One Piece vibes, which is nice. I also like in the Bryce that hunting is a big focus. That's why it's so sad that the bears, for example, mighty animal that needs to be hunted, looks like shit. Plus, I also like the rifles that they have. I'm quite a fan of the old school rifles. Some bolt action rifles or rifles will only have 3 or 4 shots in your gun.
mm,
Because it's more suspenseful, every shot needs to count. You can't blindly fire and miss the beer if you only have 3 or 4 shots. The series is also very brutal, which you can see on one of the panels that I've brought with me. So, sadly, Golden Kamuy anime is bad. Because if the anime were good, this would have been your recommendation for this month, but I try to not to recommend you trash, unlike a certain other, recommending me trash at
nah,
least once.
nah. When did I
Your book of
recommend you trash?
recommendation was trash.
Nah,
Sucked ass.
nah.
But taste is different, so let's go on with the next one. It's what I recommended you, but you skipped. It's Orb. I read the last manga volume, and the ending was really good. How they handled the villain, his last scene was really, 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 really good. But then I'm not going to talk about what happened. came the last chapter, and it was so fucking weird. It made no sense. It was completely random. Epilogue chapter, which is why I deleted that from my head. And if you do that, Orb is a really great series, like something like 8.5 or 9 out of 10, which a certain someone, in theory, should have watched because that's the deal. I watch your recommendation and you watch mine.
I watched it.
4 episodes, yes,
Yes,
that doesn't count.
it does.
No.
It makes a cut.
Yes, but you said you didn't continue it because of another reason, not because it was bad. It's something different. But we pretend that did not happen, so that's why I don't want to spoil too much, because maybe you will watch it at Sunday, because you said you were a science guy, but didn't watch the
Mm.
science anime about astronomy or astrology. I don't know which is the correct English term right now. So technically, the science guy has to watch this show, but who am I to judge? Then
Mm.
the last one that I prepared, also a science show. It's Terraformers. It's the dumbest manga that ever has been written, and on the same hand, the smartest manga that has ever been written. The story is about, well, Earth is kind of fucked in the future because we have no resources. So people think, okay, we need to advance into space. How do we do with it? We terraform the Mars. And to do that, we need to warm up a planet. So, how do you warm up a planet? Well, if something is black, it saves heat very well. So humanity sends a bunch of cockroaches to Mars so that they save storage the sun rays and Mars gets warmer. This, for some reason, works. And then there's an expedition to space. And when the crew lands on space, they see that the cockroaches have somehow randomly transformed into super mutants and are giga strong and wipe out the whole crew and fight them. And then the second crew goes to Mars, and they had this. The first and second crew had a special operation where they have become have has been given a trait of bugs or small animals, and with that they try to fight the super cockroaches in martial arts battles. And there now comes the science part of the series, because the fights and the abilities are so scientifically explained, it's insane. The author even cites stuff like you do in university, cites papers, shows graphs why this certain punch has a lot of impact. The abilities are so explained in so much detail. It's so insane for this dumb setting. It's so ridiculous. Also, the manga is drawn really well, as you can see. Plus, I don't know how you think, but I think the black giga cockroaches, they look kind of menacing. They look mighty as
Yes.
hell. The series also has an anime, but I don't know if it's good because it just has 1 season, and that's not a good sign because it's a bit older. But if you want to watch the smartest and simultaneously dumbest show, you can go check out Terraformers. The manga's really good because the first arc in Mars, it's so intense. You get there, sorry, and you're getting in an F1 car, and that's the whole arc. Pace, just pace, no breaks. For like, I don't know how many volumes there are. 13, 14, 15 is just action, just pace. Character deaths, character fights, intrigues, man versus cockroach, man versus man, cockroach versus cockroach. So much intense action. It's wild. And then in the second arc, where cockroaches start to invade Earth, it had somehow a secret society in Earth, and one of them is even speaking with a president and being in TV. It's so dumb, but it's funny.
Yes, it sounds really dumb.
And I think this was all of the stuff that I've read this month, at least the notable stuff. And I've also watched something this month. I watched your recommendation. What was it again, and
Wow.
why recommended you it to me?
It was Golden Time, which is romance, thriller, I think thriller, or drama at least.
Drama. Or mystery, you
Um,
can also kind of say.
yes, because I thought you would enjoy it as much as I do, because it has some intrigues in it, and some change of hearts and stuff. Um, yes, I talked about it already in the last recap episode, but our main character has amnesia and he doesn't remember anything of his past. And he loved a girl in the past, but he couldn't remember. And now he has a new girlfriend, so there's some how do you
Tension.
say it? Yeah, tension in him. And she finds out about it, and she gets sad about it. And it feels like the characters are like real human beings. They are not like those standardized
Cringe
romance characters.
high school students, because they're university students and written like
Yes.
university students, a bit smarter.
Mhm. But you can really see a lot of character development, and it's a really good show. So, what do you think about it?
Mostly what you said, I would agree on. I like that the characters are smarter and more mature because of that, are mostly talking about their problems.
Hmm.
But the humor was at times cringe. Maybe this was the dub, because older German dubs are nowadays German dubs are good and fine, but the older ones are kinda meh. Let's say it like that.
I remember this one scene. My boyfriend.
Yes, but in general, I wasn't uh, too big of a fan of the humor.
I
Plus,
liked it.
the ending sucks balls. It was unsatisfying as hell. I'm not going to talk about it too much because. Or are you finished?
4 episodes left, as I said.
Yes. Yes, you said it to me like yesterday or the day before that, so I just wanted to double check. So
I haven't watched anime in the last 2 days.
the ending isn't per se bad, but it's very quick and not satisfying. Let's say it like that.
Okay.
But besides that, it was a good, solid romance. It dropped a lot of
Hmm.
the problems that romance had, but had quite a few different ones. But still, good one. Like 7 out of 10 is good. Good rating, I think.
Nice.
Then what I'm going
So,
to watch next month.
um, um, I forgot it. Um, what was it? Ah, I remember.
He's
The
getting
angel
old.
next door. The angel next door spoils me rotten is
Yes.
the next recommendation. Yep, it's another romance show.
Who would
Who
have
would have
thought
thought
about
from
that?
the romance connoisseur? Um, yes, it's about a girl who is like the very most beautiful girl in the school, and everyone wants her. But our MC, who's just a random, gets her. Something like this.
And I guess she's her neighbor. His neighbor.
Yes, Yes,
Who could afford a
but the
book?
anime is good. You could definitely enjoy it, like me,
There's a second season coming out.
next season,
Yes, I
I
think
think.
so.
So go ahead and watch it, and then we could watch season 2 together.
Yes. Maybe you will recommend me Good Romance this time. I mean, not with good, I mean really good. Let's see.
I quite enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
That sounds decent. Then this was it with this recap episode.
Hmm.
Next recap episode will also be good. There will be some good stuff coming out.
Yes, and I will talk a lot. Maybe I will talk like 40 minutes alone.
No, no, no.
Who knows?
This will next week, next month. You will have to wait
Oh,
until the next season. Then you will talk a lot.
oh, okay. I thought you meant next season.
No, no. Next month, the first manga volume of JoJo's Part 7 comes out. That's
Hmm.
why. That's why I mean something good is coming.
I see.
Hopefully, I get it in a month, because sometimes Amazon is not delivering on time for me.
Man, it's like you're a small city.
No, no, I mean I can understand the English manga they are obviously shipped from English-speaking countries to me in Germany, so I'm not that high on the priority list.
Ah, okay,
They
that's
are,
what you mean.
yes, they are probably getting the copies to the English-speaking people first in the English
Yeah.
countries.
Hmm.
That's why I have to wait sometimes. Happens.
Yes.
And what are we going to do next episode? Do you remember what we announced?
Um.
He's getting old.
Nope.
He's forgetting everything. Ay, ay, ay.
Yes.
Next episode, we are creating hypothetical scenarios and picking out anime and manga characters with which we want to do those scenarios, like going on dates, having a roommate, going to uni or school, cooking or going out to eat, having a shared hobby, gaming, going on holiday, going shopping, yada yada yada.
Ah, yeah, I remember now.
This will be, I think, a fun episode.
Yes.
So stay tuned for next week then.
Yes, and see you then. Until then, have
Bye.
a great time. Bye.
Have a nice day.